Hi, home cooks! Today I'm in the kitchen making homemade tortilla chips.
These snack chips are lightly salted and deliciously crisp. Homemade and then baked for the perfect crunch.
Made with simple, real ingredients, they bring a restaurant quality taste to your table. No preservatives or additives here, making this a cleaner, more wholesome way to snack. The chips are infused with fresh lime juice and smoky chili powder, giving them the perfect pop of flavor. They're great for pairing with queso or making an epic plate of nachos.
So let's get into the kitchen. This is how I make homemade tortilla chips.
To start this recipe, in a large bowl, I'm going to add in 2 cups of corn flour, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1½ cups of water, 1½ teaspoons of chili powder, and the juice from 3 limes. Mix this together with a spoon or with your fingers. Then I'm going to squish and knead this together until I have a smooth, tight dough ball. And this quick and easy dough is ready to shape into chips. I'm just going to wet my hands with a little bit of water and section off about 1/4 of the dough. I'm going to press this out onto my silicone mat that I'm going to be using to line my baking sheets. If you don't have a silicone mat, you can also use parchment paper for this. Then I'm going to place a piece of parchment paper on top to prevent anything from sticking to the rolling pin. Then, just using the rolling pin, I'm going to roll the dough out until it's thin and a rectangular shape. Then I'm just going to cut all the edges to form a smooth rectangle. I'm using a pizza wheel for this, but you could just as easily use a knife. Then I'm going to cut the dough into little triangular chip shapes. Remove any of the excess dough back to the bowl. Then, to give my chips that added crispy crunch, I'm going to brush the top with a little bit of olive oil. I'm just brushing a very thin layer on top to help them brown in the oven. And at this point, if you'd like, you can sprinkle on a pinch of salt. And these are ready to get popped into my preheated 350 degrees Fahrenheit or 180 degrees Celsius oven. These are going to bake and crisp up in the oven for 10 minutes. Then I'm going to remove them, turn the chips over, and bake again for another 5 to 8 minutes, or until crisp and toasty. This recipe comes together in no time, but you can make them even more quickly and easily by cutting store-bought soft tortilla wraps and following the recipe just as if you made the dough fresh. And feel free to make this recipe your own by swapping out different flavors and spices. Enjoy! If you're a fan of deliciously simple vintage recipes and old-fashioned skills, then you'll want to check out this next video. Thanks for stopping by.